Hey everyone. So this may be the last video that I'm gonna make for you guys for the school year. This is our last week of distance learning for this class, and then the last week of school, which is June 1st through June 4th, will be time for you to get caught up on any missing work that you have, to get your grades up, but also to do some choice activities provided by the school if you choose to do those. Anyway, so for our last assignment for the school year, I'm asking you guys to do an end of the year reflection, but also think a little bit about what the summer might hold and also think a little bit about what next school year might hold. And so, one of the things that I think is really important in school or just in life in general is to take some time and really kind of reflect on where you've been and also think a little bit about your goals and some of the things you want to do in the future. And so to end out this school year, I'm going to kind of share you guys my own reflections before I have you guys do um, your own. And so this is just kind of off the top of my head, so bear with me. But I think some of my own reflections on the school year for many of you guys, you may or may not know this, but I started off this school year. This is my first time in the classroom since April of 2018 when I had my daughter, and then I took a year off. And that year off was actually a really good time for me to reflect a little bit on my own career and to slow down a little bit. And then obviously we kind of got the chance to do that a little bit more in the recent months, just a chance to kind of slow down. But going into the school year, I was actually really excited to go back into the classroom and to teach. And what I'm kind of thinking about in terms of this class is when we started out the semester together, I knew a few of you guys because I had you guys in Success 191, but most of you guys I didn't know very well. And I felt like I was really, those first couple months were just kind of getting to know each other. Um, but I was starting to feel like we knew each other a little bit better. I got to know you guys, and then all of a sudden we had to leave, and we spent the rest of the school year distance learning, and so that was hard. I am. It's unfortunate that we didn't, get to spend more time together. I also feel like some of like the best part of human geography we had to do over distance learning, and so some of my favorite units and some I think most interesting and engaging units like political geography and the urban geography units, where there's so much more we could have done if we're in the classroom, felt like it was maybe underdone just because of it was all being done online. Um, but I do think in there have been some positives with this time at home. I do think that it has asked us to slow down a little bit and do more time for reflection. I feel like I have done that. I've actually made some things better. I've been forced to kind of take some time to spend more time with my family. I can't get away from my children, which is one, negative sometimes. But I do really feel like I know my children way better than I maybe did before when I was my own children that I did when they were in daycare all day. My 2 year old is just starting to talk so much more, and it's just really fun to see her. But other than that, this summer I think is going to be hard because we aren't really changing much. We're going into the summer, but there's less of that excitement about, oh, we're out of school, we get to stay home, we get to sleep in, we get to do all these things that we didn't get to do before because we have been at home. But I think sometimes what brings me the most joy, what brings me the most happiness is trying to just learn new things, also find new adventures. I'm going to try to get outside as much as possible now that the weather is really nice. And I really like being active. So anything where I can do with hiking or biking or open water swimming, that's going to be something that's going to bring me a lot of joy. But also, I just have a list of books I want to read, and I have a list of things I want to learn about. And so that's what hopefully will bring me some energy this summer. And then looking forward to next year, we really don't know what's going to happen next year. And that's really hard because I'm very much of a planner. But other than that, like this summer or the school year, the summer will give us some time to maybe kind of get a better idea. But I know there's going to be definite changes I'm going to make to distance learning if we continue doing some sort of distance learning next year. especially as I don't even, if we go into school year next year, you may not know your teachers going into distance learning if we're going to continue distance learning. And that's going to be really hard. So I think I'm going to require more in person time, Zoom sessions, full class sessions, things that we can do that are a little bit more like the classroom, because that's where I get my energy, being around you guys. And unfortunately, that part was lost a little bit with this distance learning. So I have enjoyed meeting with a few of you guys over this distance learning time. I wish you guys the absolute best. If you ever need anything from me, please reach out to me, and hopefully we'll be back in school very soon. I know some of you guys really enjoy this distance learning, but I really hope it doesn't go on forever. And this year has been crazy. We've been in this together, and a lot of you guys have transitioned really, really well. So I wish you the best, and reach out to me if you ever need anything from me. I am gonna stop now. I'm just gonna show you guys what you guys are going to be doing for your last assignment. Right, so for your last assignment, you will go into the distance learning folder. You will go into the week 9 folder, your end of the year reflection, and you will find this video that I'm making right now, but you're going to be going in here. You're going to be opening this up. And there are 3 parts to this assignment. So the first part is going to be a look back on the year. You're going to write a reflection here. Think about using some of these things as a guide. You don't necessarily need to answer every single one of these questions. You can focus on maybe one of them, or you can go in a different direction if you want to, or focus on maybe a couple. But if you do, if you do struggle with these reflections, these are good questions to help you think about how to answer these. Then I'll look ahead to the summer, what's going to help you feel joy and calmness, and maybe thinking a little bit about how you could be helping others, who you want to spend time with. And then the last one is a note to yourself for the upcoming school year. You're going to be thinking a little bit about what do you want to see? If we don't know what the future is going to hold, but what do you want to tell yourself going into September? And you are actually going to be send yourself an email. There's a tutorial here. Right now it may not be working, but I'll make sure it's working by the time you guys get it. So it says video unavailable, but there's a tutorial that shows you how to send yourself an email that will come to your inbox at a certain date. And so I'll make sure that's working for you, but you're going to draft your email here, and then you are actually going to send it, and you're going to schedule it to send to you on Monday, September 7th, which will be the day before school starts. All right, have a great summer, and reach out to me this week, or I'll be contacting you guys if I have anything I need you guys to do. And yeah, all right, have a good one.